Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show here on Main Street TV, where it is a, well, shall we say, blecky day outside. Although, if you are a Christmas and winter fan, it is a beautiful day.
It's not too cold either. It's just wet.
It's
wet.
It's gross. Yeah, it's just kind of like slushy and gross. Now, if the temperature drops, we may be icy and gross, so we need to watch that. But the great thing is it's warm here in the studio, and we have two very special guests here. One of which is our good friend Josh, and one of which has been here in the past, but not for a few years. And you have on a different hat now, and this is Elijah. And you're going to be talking about Cantor's Cave and 4-H camp and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you.
So you were here, because you said, I don't know if you remember. I was like, well, I have to remember, the hair, because we have the same hair. But you were here a few years ago to talk about something to do with school.
Yeah.
So now you're all grown up and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird change of
He's
roles here.
He's adulting now.
Oh, I sure am. Yeah, I was here last time to talk about a band thing. I was in high school, big into band, and now I work down at Cantor's Cave, and I'm here to talk about that.
Isn't that so fun? Like he's like all different kind of full circle stuff. Yeah. And Josh is here, and if you've noticed, there's no Maddie here because she's somewhere warm.
She's in a warmer place right now, and
we'll give her a lot of headache about that when she comes back.
If you remember last year, it's the exact same time. She went to Puerto Rico last year as like a participant to see the immersion trip through 4-H.
It's a 4-H trip.
Right,
yeah.
And it was adults going. It was kind of those 4-H professionals getting to see it. And this year, they alternate. So it was an adult trip last year, and now they've got a youth trip. So now there's 4-Hers down there. Well, Maddie got lucky enough to be asked to go down as a chaperone. So she's actually down there chaperoning the trip. And I think they've got, it's like 11 4-Hers from Ohio. They've also got some from Minnesota. So they get to kind of talk about the different programs, see how the programs do different, and then also see Puerto Rico. She sent me a picture yesterday of her on the beach, and it's 80 degrees down there. So if you're looking out and looking at the snow, there's warmer places right now.
There are. Yeah, it's called Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So yes, when you see her out and about, you thank her for leaving, because the last time she left, the same thing happened. So I have to think that it's her fault.
Yep, and she's staying here next year. Yeah, we can.
Choose a pattern.
Yeah, I think so.
She can bring the 80-degree weather up, so she comes up sometime this week. So hopefully
bring it on back.
She brings it up. Not too hopeful
bring
about that.
Bring it on home to us. Yes, we'll take it.
I'll take the snow, this light snow over rain, though. When it's rainy and wet, when it's rainy and 40 degrees,
at least like when you look out and it's snow, it's kind of pretty,
right.
Like or seasonally, like you're like, oh, I feel Christmassy today or whatever. Yeah, the rain is just bleh.
That's very true.
I let the dog out this morning and she loved it. She loves the snow. She eats it. She's like a little pig. She opens her mouth and just like roots down all the way through, eating all the snow.
That would be the corgi too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same with mine.
So fun. I don't know why snow's fun. Hopefully they'll eat the yellow snow. Don't eat the yellow snow. That's one tip that we can give today here on the program.
One of my favorite places when it snows is camp. Camp is one of my favorite. Elijah's got some pretty good pictures out at camp whenever it started to snow.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Did you send them to us?
No, they're all over our Facebook. I should have. But some of our...
Maybe we can find some. Adrian, can you look? Okay.
Some of our cliffs, they have... They form really beautiful icicles and everything. Huge ones, too. So it's very nice.
Last year, Hocking Hills had a big icicle that went all the way down their cave. And Cantor's has one, too. It's out at Black Rock. So Black Rock's just a big cliff that the water flows down and it freezes up. And when it freezes up, it's just a big old icicle down there. And it was pretty similar to Hocking Hills. We like to say we have a little Hocking Hills here in Jackson County.
I would agree with that 100%. So now let me ask you this, though, and maybe we've talked about this, maybe we haven't. Like, if someone's like, wow, I really, want to take some pictures of some beautiful things, like, can people go out to camp, or is it closed to the public? Like, how does that work?
So it's a private property, but sometimes they have public events. So some public events could be a public hike day. So we try to do one in the fall and the spring. So there's a public hike where we take a hike out on things. We don't really do stuff in the wintertime just
So
because
don't drive out there right now is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
it could be a little hazardous if you
That's
try to
kinda
go
what I
out
was
there on the
thinking.
trails right now.
it
I
may
know.
be tempting though.
Actually, my very first time at camp, my mom was a 4-H educator in Gallia County, and I was 6 years old in kindergarten, and we went out to camp for the very first time. Mom was seeing the area, and we went to Teen Winter Retreat, which is coming up. It's in like January and February if anybody's interested. But it's where anyone from high school gets to go out. It's a weekend where they get to hang out, do camp activities and all that stuff. And we did a hike, and we usually always do a hike out at Teen Winter Retreat. And I was just like, I'm going to do the hike. So I was
At
walking
6
on the
years
trails.
old?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was walking on the trails, and I was that kid. I didn't want to grab anybody's hand. I didn't want to hold anybody.
This is
didn't want to
like
slip or slide.
really cool Josh at 6.
And there was a spot where it's all ice, and I get onto it, and I was like, I can just jump over top of it. So I went to like jump, and I missed it, and I slipped, and I just went almost right off the trail down the hill.
Oh.
But luckily, Jackson County's own Levi Matthews, he was able to grab my hood and yank me back on the trail. I wouldn't hike until I was like in 5th grade after that.
I'll bet.
I was traumatized because I was like, next thing I see is rocks and a creek down below. It can get pretty slick out
it's
there.
Yeah, there's some
Probably-
steep parts in our trails.
Oh yeah, it's probably good that happened to you just to scare you a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
But you didn't die, so it's good.
Yeah.
Didn't die.
Yeah.
It's a good story. Good
Yeah,
story.
it
It
is.
is a
It makes
good
a good story. So Elijah, tell everyone a little bit about what your role is out at camp.
Yeah, so officially I'm the kitchen manager, so I make all the food and everything. But then I help my boss with just about everything under the sun, right? We do a lot of marketing.
It's a team effort, right?
Absolutely, right. It's just the two of us working there full time, but we do a lot of marketing. There's always stuff around camp that needs to be done, right? It's entire property to manage.
For sure.
Yeah. We get groups in just about every weekend, right? There's a lot of cleaning and a lot of socializing with them and everything. So it's a lot of hard work. But we love it out there. It's a beautiful property. So yeah.
So I was just sitting there thinking, like, you were telling me, I think the last time, that sometimes you get groups of hunters that come out and stay. So you think of Cantor's Cave, and all you think of is 4-H camp, and then the rest of the time is it like deserted? But no.
No, so we're functional year round.
See, and I think a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, they really don't.
Okay.
They think that we close during the summer,
Yeah.
but we're always open. People rent it for all different kinds of things. Like you said, there's hunters out right now. There's 3 different groups of hunters that will be in this week for deer season.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have like weddings, huge banquets, a whole bunch of different kinds of things. Retreats. Families just have their Thanksgiving dinners there. It's
Oh,
been
that's a
great.
good idea.
Yeah, it's a good space just to have like any type of event. And the hunters, they come, they stay the night, and then they get up early in the morning, they go hunt, come back, and it's kind of like you're back at camp, reliving your
Yeah.
youth. And
like-
sometimes they can get kind of rustic and go out into the old cabins if they want to. I don't know if you'd want to do that since it's a little cold outside, but it's a choice that they have.
Yeah. Yeah, they love it out there. I love
mean,
it out there.
I guess it makes sense, like, if you want to be out in the wilderness and I'm hunting and whatever, I want to do man things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of the groups told us
I
that,
wouldn't, but
One of the groups told us that they used to stay in a buddy's garage, and they were like, "This is such an upgrade now that we're down at camp. Like, this is so much nicer." I couldn't imagine staying in someone's garage, but
like, oh, awesome.
yeah.
Great. Someone's garage.
Even during the weekends, we still have groups like we had Ross County Junior Fair Board come
Yep.
down last weekend, and they
Oh,
wanted
really?
they just
Okay.
came down, did team building to get a better team, but they also wanted to do high rips, so we still had where we were able to do high rips, got them all up there, and got Elijah up there too to do a little bit of high rips.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It was fun. I loved it. Me and my boss went up there. My hair doesn't agree with helmets, but that's okay.
I feel
know.
you, brother. I feel you.
Yeah. But I had a great time. My boss was pretty sore afterwards. He's 44, so I think it was a lot for him, but love you, Eric.
I was gonna say you better
Yeah,
suck up now.
kind of throwing him under the bus there. But we also had a group from Cincinnati a few weeks ago, a youth group
That's
that came
exciting.
down. Yeah.
Okay, so Cantor's Cave open to. How do you reserve it or whatever?
Just contact us. Email us. We're pretty booked, so if you want to reserve a spot, you got to email us pretty far in advance. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And when we look at camp, we see Elijah out there, and Elijah lives out there, so he actually gets to be security out there. He gets to watch
so
everyone
you
that
get
comes in and
to
out.
stay out there.
Yeah.
And he got to drive in his first snow today.
Yeah.
From camp, which is probably not the most easy drive. That's a hard road when it's not snowing.
Yeah, it was a little scary.
I'll bet.
I just got new tires, but I actually lived out there for an entire year without my driver's license. So, but
Wait, how did you get anywhere?
friends just took me and
you
all
walked?
that. I walked. Yeah. These
Uphill
legs were
both
made for
ways.
walking. Yeah.
He rode the donkey and
Yeah, the mule that we got out
yeah,
there.
sure.
So Elijah, what do we got going on at camp coming up soon?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock, we have our vendor fair. Very excited about it. We have all different kinds of stuff going on there. I think we have over 30 vendors coming out, so pretty much have anything you would want for your Christmas shopping.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then starting at 9 to noon, we're going to have a free pancake breakfast for children, right? So if you want to bring your kids, they'll get some free pancakes, a juice box, and then we also have Santa Claus coming down from the North Pole to sit with them. So it's going to be a really fun event.
That is fun.
I know, right?
And camp's done this quite a bit, haven't we? We've done it, 3 or 4, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I believe this is the 5th year that we've done it. But we did it in the past for like 20 years, and we took a break for some reason. But now we're back at it again. So it's a great event. Absolutely love it. It's very fun.
Sounds like it. And I assume there's no charge to get in to see the vendors.
No charge to get in. You know what? We want you in the door to enjoy our space, right? We're going to have a nice fire going in our fireplace, some holiday music.
Great fireplace.
Playing. Oh, yeah. It's absolutely beautiful in there.
Fantastic fireplace.
But yeah.
And it's a perfect opportunity. Like we said earlier, camp is technically private property, but now we have a public event. So it's free and everybody get to see it. And hopefully there's not too much snow on the road, but maybe there's a little snow on the cabins,
Right?
make it look a little pretty.
Make it look pretty.
See what it looks like.
Yeah, see all the beauty out
Festive.
there. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful event. You know, we'll have a whole bunch of different selections of stuff. There's someone selling vinyl records, a whole bunch of handmade crafts.
That's what I was
wood
going to ask
burning.
you. Do you have in your mind like some of the vendors that will be out there?
Yeah, like I said, vinyl records, wood burning. People do tumblers, 3D prints. There's this girl coming down with a mobile bookstore. So if you're really trying to find a new book to read.
Cool.
Jen, do you do a lot of these vendor fairs? Do you look
Yeah.
around and see
Do I
stuff?
visit? Well, see, there's this little problem called I have to work on Saturdays.
That's a good point, yeah.
So I don't get to do anything fun. I know I was talking with our guest yesterday was talking about this coming Saturday. They're doing this big, a lot of the artists in Athens, they're having kind of like a open house where you can go from art gallery to art gallery and look at their stuff. And I was like, oh, that sounds really fun. Except for I have to work.
Athens has beautiful art.
They do.
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah, but this is a perfect opportunity here locally for you to get out, buy some gifts, unique handcrafted gifts.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, we have such talent in our area. I say that a
yeah.
lot, but like so creative. People are so creative.
Yeah. Oh, there's someone who makes gourmet cupcakes as well. So that'll be out there. Who doesn't love a gourmet cupcake?
I mean, you kidding me?
I know, right?
I'll eat like 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanksgiving just passed. I tell you guys what, I demolished.
You ate like 7 apple pies, didn't you?
I demolished that dessert table. The first week, so I had 2 this year that I went to, and the first one I ate 6 different desserts, just ate 6 of them, and I felt terrible. And I go back home, and we had another one the next day. I ate another 6 the next day.
No, you did not.
But here's the funny thing. I was driving home yesterday, and like I take stuff home with me, leftovers, and I had like 4 in each box. So I ate both of those, so we're already up to like 16 at that point. And I ran out, and I was like, you know what? I might swing through Dairy Queen. After I've
You
eaten
have a
16
problem.
desserts, I stopped myself. I didn't do that.
Okay.
I get stuck on those Dairy Queens. You see the Reese's, Fluffer Nutter, Blizzards. Oh, they're so good. I've been thinking about it for 2 weeks, but I've known Thanksgiving was coming up, and I knew that.
So
was
you're
gonna
trying to
go
be
on.
good?
Yep. So now we're past.
Well,
We've
maybe
passed
today's
the worst day.
the day you should go back to Dairy Queen.
Today might be the day.
Do you know what my favorite is, and I don't even know if it's on the menu, but they do it, is a mint Oreo Blizzard.
That's Maddie's favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a mint person.
Oh, God. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, favorite, hands down. Mint Oreo Blizzard.
Do you like the Shamrock Shake?
You know, I don't know if I've ever had one.
I mean, like...
Is it so good? That's from McDonald's, right?
Yeah, I think it's really good.
I'll have to try that.
See, it's like brushing your teeth for me. I can't. It tastes like toothpaste. I can't do it. I know.
Really?
I know people look at me like that, but there's people out there that agree it's toothpaste. I can't.
I love mint, and like mint tea. Like if I drink tea, I want mint tea. It like settles my stomach, I think. Like if I feel kind of icky or something. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So
anything else going on at camp? Anything else about the vendor fair?
I'll be making the food out there.
I was going to say, are you making the pancakes?
Yeah, I'll be making the pancakes, and then we'll be having sloppy joes and hot dogs. And then me and another person, we're making a whole bunch of desserts. I'll be making Buckeyes, no-bake cookies, and then she makes hardtack candy. So,
ooh, fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really great.
Love that.
That's a tradition we haven't done for a while was hardtack. I remember growing up, that's all we did at my Grandma Jones's, and we do it, and you'd burn your hands 100% of the time.
Oh,
you just put it on
every
there. It's
time.
like, is it cool enough? Grab it. Nope, wasn't cool enough.
And then, you know, you try to eat it and your teeth break off or they're just, it's stuck on your tooth for like 3 days until it melts.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Have you ever made the cinnamon type?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your eyes burn, your ears burn, your nose burns. Everything burns on you after you're done with cinnamon.
No pain, no gain, Josh.
That's what they tell me. It wasn't worth the pain for me.
I've never made it before. I'm going to have her show me her recipe, but I've never made hardtack.
Yeah, I haven't done it for, I mean, just like as a child, I think with like grandma and grandmother and.
I think we did it 2 years ago, and it's pretty simple, but it's like
how do
kind
you
of
break
intense.
it? Do you hit it with a hammer? I don't even remember how you break it up.
Some people just let it dry and get it hard and then hit it with a hammer.
Yeah.
We never did that. We always took it while it was cooling. It would kind of get in this like lava phase, I kind of like to call it, where it was like moldable. So like we put it in like a long strip and just took scissors and alternated and
kind of cut it.
So it made it less sharp. But I know some people just take it and hit it, put it in a bag, hit it.
Because that's how I think of it. Is like it's just all. Sometimes you get one that's this big, and sometimes you get one that's that big. You just never know.
Yeah, we were always using the scissors type of family whenever we made hardtack. So.
Yeah. I mean, like hers are in big chunks. They're really good. I think she had a cinnamon one and like a fruity one or lemon. She had a lemon one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, you have to come back and report back how your candy
Of course.
making went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll learn how to do it and I'll tell you all about it.
That sounds fantastic. I love it. So tell us some because you're living out at camp. So what are some fun stories? Talk about some things that have happened out there. I mean, there has to be some really fun stories.
Yeah, there's been some great stuff. Like I said, I've lived out there for a year.
You're not like Jack Nicholson. You're not going to go like nuts and like
Shining.
red rum or
Oh,
anything.
no.
Okay.
I feel sane, at least I think.
I mean, you're acting it today.
Yeah.
So,
I gotta put on my not crazy face.
I'm not crazy today. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great out there. I mean, I think it's a little bit haunted. I mean, like as you should.
We talked about this off the air.
Yeah.
I think this is. I would seriously doubt anyone would think it wasn't.
I mean, like any good campground is haunted. Like
there have to be all kind of fun stories, especially because it's been around for so long.
absolutely. We just celebrated our 75th anniversary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like of course it is.
There's some stories that I've heard out at camp. I mean, if you think about the area, we're right next to the Appalachian region, and it's just so old. You know, there's such a rich history, and this isn't to deter anybody from camp. This is just like talking
this is
a little
just
bit about
fun
what we
folklore.
have.
But I mean, you think about the Native American population, all the things that have happened out there, and whatever. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Camp actually has a lot of history with Native Americans and everything. There's been like tools found out there, so there's a lot of rich history.
So you assume that there's something out there.
Absolutely.
There's one instance I had even just this summer. We were at teen camp, and the counselors had campfire that night, and they were out at the campfire circle and getting things ready for a campfire, and they're kind of running a little slow. So I was like, I got to make sure that they're ready to go. So I just started walking out towards there, and I just hear people talking out at the campfire circle. I said, "You guys ready?" And no one answered, and I just kept walking. Then it got quiet. I said, "Is anybody back here?" And there wasn't anybody back there. So I just turned around and I heard them walking out of the main lodge, and I was like, "Oh, there's no one out here." So was it
Who was talking?
Was it the sound bouncing off the hills? That's what I'm trying to claim it was. But I distinctly heard people talking back there, and it.
This summer, so we have summer staff live out there as well. So we hire a group of like 18 to like 24-year-olds to run camp and everything. And it was the end of the summer, right? And no one was there except for me and the summer staff.
Yeah.
And one of them called me and they're like, "Are you down at the lodge?" And I go, "No, I'm at my house. What do you need?" And she's like, "Are you sure you're not down at the lodge?"
Do you know where you are?
And I'm like, "No, I'm positive. I'm not trying to prank you or anything." And then she's like, "Will you come down?" And she told me that she heard this scream, like this like blood curdling scream. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you guys like okay?" And they're all freaked out, right? And I don't know if you've ever heard what a fox sounds like or know what a fox says or whatever, but foxes sound exactly like a young woman screaming. So that's what she heard.
Okay.
Allegedly.
We think. That's our story. We're sticking to it.
But she was absolutely terrified. But she's okay.
Summer staff applications are out now. If you want to come
do apply.
Don't hesitate to apply.
It's definitely a lot of fun. I did it 1 year. It was absolutely wonderful.
No, that's the whole point. Is listen, everywhere you go, there's some story of something weird happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of just what makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stories to tell.
Yeah.
So camp's looking for a couple more makeovers. I know we've got a raffle going on for new chairs. So they've got a 4-H quilt and get new chairs out there. We've also applied for some grants. So we're trying to work on the high ropes course out there. And we're also trying to get a bridge out at shooting sports. So those are some big things that we're kind of crossing our fingers, waiting to hear back from grants to improve. Because high ropes is one of my favorites. And if we can just improve that course, we used to have a zip line. And the zip line was connected to a tree. They zipped down. But now we can't use it because the tree that was connected to is no longer living. So
that could be problematic.
Yeah, so instead of a zip line, we have to just rappel people down, which is still fun, but the zip line's better getting down. So we're looking to see if we can get some funding to improve the course, maybe potentially change the course depending on how much funding we get, and then also get that bridge out at the shooting range, because right now we just have kind of a narrow bridge. So we need a bridge where we can get vehicles across just in case an incident were to happen. We were able to get emergency vehicles or something over there. So we're trying to make improvements out at camp. It's always improving. Something's changing.
Yeah.
For good or for bad, we had a tree fall in our small shelter house before camp happened this summer. So it's back up and running, but this camp we went without a small shelter house.
Like, surprise!
It was get on top of it with an axe and like chop it down.
That's so like.
I felt very manly.
I was gonna say that was get my axe and I'm gonna chop some stuff down.
Took a long time. My arms really hurt. But,
I'll bet.
Well, speaking of that quilt raffle, we'll be raffling off this weekend at the vendor fair. So if you want to buy your ticket, come down on Saturday. You can see the pictures of it on our Facebook.
And it's very, very pretty.
Yeah, it's very gorgeous.
It's a 4-H quilt, right?
Yeah, it's a 4-H
it's that
quilt.
one. It's got the back of it. We've never shown the back of it here, but it's got like farm animals on it, right?
Yeah.
Like different animals. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very nice.
Very cool. And again, anything that you do to buy tickets or whatever is just helping our local kids at camp and helping keep the camp up and running.
Of course, we want to give them the best program that we can. And that means having good equipment, having good facilities and everything. And keeping up with that upkeep. So we're always improving, always trying to make it better than what it is currently, right? Make the best better is the 4-H motto. So
yes.
Is there anything else you want to share about camp?
We have our Whitetails banquet out there. It's a huge shout out to the Whitetails.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a huge banquet. It's over 300 people, I believe. A lot of fun, a lot of prep for me because I make all the food for it as well.
I was going to say it's not just you doing the food, is it?
No, we do have.
You have some help.
Yeah, we have some help that we hire, but it is a very big ordeal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Ratatouille? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Elijah wears like his big chef hat.
Yeah.
How'd you find one to fit it?
A lot of searching. I have to wear large hats and everything. Like I can't wear hats. It's been an ordeal. So.
The struggle is real.
It
with
really
the hair.
is. I wish that's the one thing I really wish I could do with my big hair is wear more hats.
I feel you.
Yeah, like a nice baseball cap.
You know what we should do? We should create like curly hair hats.
That's such a good idea. Have you seen like those beanies with like a bonnet like lining inside so it doesn't like ruin your hair or anything?
Yeah.
Those are so nice.
Yeah.
I need to get myself one of those.
Yep.
I can't really.
Hey, you got some curls too
This
over
is
there,
the
boy.
longest my hair's ever been.
You got some nice hair.
It's the
good.
longest. As long as I don't go bald right here. That's what I'm worried about.
I'm also
Well, that's all
scared
right.
of
We'll
that.
just spray paint it.
That'll work too.
Yeah.
I'm sure by the time that happens, they'll have something like a good solution for baldness, you know.
Thanks, Elijah.
Yeah, of course. If it does happen.
No, the struggle is real. It's like I go to the store and you look for headbands and things like that to keep it back. And I find that everything's too small. Because
Yeah.
there's so much hair that if you have straight hair, it's one thing. But if you have curly hair and it's full, it's like the headbands are all like, it's a thing.
Yeah, no, really.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Whenever I was in drama, they had to put straps over my head anytime I wanted to wear a hat.
Just to keep it down.
Yeah, just to keep it down.
I get it. We'll start a support group.
We should, absolutely.
Yes. We could have it out at camp.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday.
Preferably in a cabin that has some heat.
Oh, yeah.
Not like
yeah.
a garage.
Yeah, most of them are heated.
Okay.
Well, all of our big ones are heated. There's some that aren't, but we don't use those during the winter.
Yeah, those are not used. Yes. Okay. Very good. Well, Josh, you were telling me that you have some other things coming up, and kind of what in your department.
Yeah, so we've got our local farmers club. They always have their holiday dinner, and they're actually going to have that coming up here in the third Monday of the month. So I think that's the 15th. So we've got our holiday dinner. It's going to be out at the Scioto Township Fire Department building, 4701 State Route 776. If you're interested in coming to that, we have a home cooked meal. So Andy Nelson, many of you might know Andy. He makes the meal. It's always great. He always has plenty of food, plenty of desserts. We're asking just $15 to help cover the meal. Like we said, we do a bunch of
that's a bargain.
Yeah, we do a bunch of different games. So one year we've done Family Feud. Some years we've done The Price is Right, and we try to make it kind of holiday themed. So trying to get those holidays. We've done Jeopardy in the past. So
Fun.
We do a lot of different games out there. But in December, a lot of my planning is just getting ready for the 2026 year. And one of the big ones is actually our pesticide recertification. So a lot of our farmers, if they use pesticides, they have to have their pesticide license. Those are for restricted use pesticides.
Oh, okay. I
And
didn't know that.
Yeah, so it depends on when they got it, but they come in, they take an exam. And if they pass the exam, they have to recertify every 3 years because it's always ongoing information. Things are always changing. So we give them the updates on different types of pesticides, different knowledges, and then just kind of that reinforcement of their information. So I do an activity, and I might come and do it next time, but it's where they just kind of go through the process of looking at their storage facility, where are they storing their pesticides, because storage is one that people forget about. I mean, if you just have it in a garage, well, is it temperature proofed? Is it going to get below zero? And
Right.
Is it going to freeze? Because if it freezes, it becomes less efficient, and then it also has the potential of breaking and spilling, and you don't want to spill on your hands. A lot of it's about security. So talking about kids, can kids get to it? Can't have kids getting into those chemicals.
Or critters.
Right, because if they get into it, it's not going to be good.
No.
So we've talked a lot about that for storage, and then we talk about mixing. And mixing is my favorite one that I talk about because I have 3 solo cups. And those solo cups, I show them one about how to do it, and then I let them do the second one. I make someone and make them volunteer. I stand there in silence until someone comes up because a lot of these guys, they range in all ages, but a lot of them are kind of older, so they're just kind of staring at me like, the whole time.
So you make them participate.
I make them come up and do it.
You will have fun.
And I'm just like, this is a backpack sprayer. Show me how you're going to mix it. And the first thing they do is they get their water and they pour their water into it. And I've put a little thumbtack hole in the bottom of the cup. And I pick up the cup and it's just dripping out water. And I'm like, you guys already failed. So the first thing to do whenever you're mixing is always check your equipment. Check all your seals, check your equipment, make sure there's no holes. And it's something that like everybody would know to do, right? I mean, like it's something, it's your equipment to make sure it's not broken. But those are the little things that people can overlook and can have a spill.
Sure.
And then we talk about filling it all the way up versus leaving a little bit at the top. And I make them carry it. So I get 2 more volunteers and I fill one. I have the first volunteer gets to choose which cup they want. So they get the one that's not all the way full. And the second one has to choose the one that's completely full. And I make them walk around with it and they spill it. So we talk about, if you're filling up a backpack sprayer and you fill it all the way up, if you fill it all the way up and you have a bad spill, where's that going? It's going down your neck. So it's not really good.
No.
So all the participants that have that pesticide license, they have to do that core recertification, which that's talking about safe use of pesticides. And then they got to do all their categories. So where are they spraying it at? Are they spraying it on field crops, forages, vegetable crops, whatever their license hold? And they have to cover at least 30 minutes of that category to be able to recertify their license.
Do you find, as a farmer, are there different pests that come into the area, like from year to year, that you're battling, or are they pretty much the same all the time?
Usually, we see a different
like
song.
Flipping lady beetles were a nightmare this year. Like I haven't seen a lady beetle at our house in 10 years, and they just took over this year.
It just depends on the crops and all stuff. So I work with the Amish community out there, and they really struggled with cucumber beetles. There's a bunch of those. There were Colorado beetles that were really impacting some potatoes out there. And it just depends on the year and the conditions. But the biggest thing that we faced this year wasn't actually an insect. It was the rainy conditions that we had.
Okay.
So those wet, rainy conditions, it caused a lot of fungal issues.
Yeah,
so we saw
I could see that.
a lot of fungal issues this year when we're looking at like our vegetables and all those stuff like that. Whenever we look at our field crops and we look at our forage crops, we're not really looking at those insects either. We're really looking at other weeds. So just, we've had hemp dogbane. That's a big weed that's really in our pastures, and it's really toxic to our cattle. So if our cattle get into it and they eat it, it's typically not good. Now, cattle usually avoid it, but if they have no choice, they'll eat it,
hungry,
and it'll cause some problems. But that was one that we really seen. We've seen a lot of those yellow nutsedge that was around, and it's kind of taking over some hay fields. And it's not toxic to our cattle, but it's not desirable. So it's really hard to chew. They don't like to eat it, and it doesn't have too much nutritional value. So it's one of those weeds that we see whenever we look at our pasture. So,
and if it's taking up space, there's not
it's taking
good stuff growing.
Right, it's pulling those nutrients out of the ground that, if you've got corn in the field, it's pulling those corn or that nutrients from the corn. So it really just depends on the crop and just the challenges that we had. So if your vegetable crop, it was really fungal issues, some insects. If your field crops and if you're looking at those forages, a lot of it's looking at those weeds that are taking up. We actually do a weed survey where me and the Pike County educator, we drive around both Jackson and Pike County and just look at different fields and try to see what type of weeds are popping up in those soybean fields. And we saw a bunch of mare's tail coming up. So we try to do that reporting, send it up to Columbus. And then Columbus, we have a state pesticide specialist. She focuses on all the information pesticides. It would not be a job for me. That sounds like very tough because I can't even pronounce half the pesticides.
Number one, you're talking about all these weeds, and I'm like, how does he know all this stuff? Like,
it's just
I can't even pronounce some of the stuff you just said.
It's getting tossed into it, but if you look at some of those chemical names, I can't say them. I know what they look like. I can say, yeah, I've seen that one before, but it's just tough to even read, so that wouldn't be a job for me. But anyways, going back to what they look at, a lot of it's just scouting and getting your fields ready to have a good season. We also do fertilizer recertification with that, and that's if you put down fertilizer commercially or for a large operation. And one of the biggest things that we talk about is something really simple. It's just getting your pH right. So pH right in the soil. So if you don't have your pH right, your regular crops are not going to grow as well. Your nutrients aren't going to get to those crops, and then weeds can tolerate a lower pH. So you're going to end up with more weeds.
Okay.
So this year we're probably going to see a lot more weeds if people aren't proactive with their fields, just because of the wet spring that we had, and then we had that drought situation back in the fall.
We went from one extreme to the other.
We went from extreme drought to very wet to drought again, and I just see a lot of a lot of pasture fields that's going to have some bare space. And when there's bare space, there's going to be some weeds popping up. So it's going to be a challenging year, but that's a lot of what my January looks like, is just preparing for it. So I tell all my farmers, because going to a pesticide recertification, it's not fun. I mean,
it's
let's just
not
be
something
honest.
you wake up and put your feet on the ground and you can't wait to do, right?
It's a lot of dry information. There's some cool things about it. Don't get me wrong. It's not all boring, but it is 3 hours of sitting through different presentations, learning new stuff. And it can be tough sometimes. And my farmer's like, I'm glad this is over. And I'm like, guys, I got to teach like 4 or 5 of these.
Yeah, like
and,
feel for me.
And in December, we go up to a 2-day pesticide in service. So we're there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just learning all different types of information, stuff we should be telling our producers, and it's a lot. So I tell, anytime I hear someone complain, I'm like, you could be me. You could come and sit through it for 8 hours and then come back the next day and sit through it for another 8 hours.
Exactly.
So, but it's good information. Like we said, we don't want just anybody out there spraying pesticides, because they can be dangerous. If you don't use them right, it's definitely dangerous. And that's where we get into situations where we've got negative outlook on ag, and people start to go against it.
For sure. And, listen, none of us eat anything without our farmers.
Right.
So, again, thank them every single day. Stuff doesn't come from Kroger or Walmart. Contrary to what many people, they can't get past that.
And one of the biggest things we really talk about whenever we're talking about pesticide education is it's not your first choice. Don't use it as your first choice, because there are some other options we can look at. So we talk about cultural control. Can we just remove it? If there's too many of them, odds are it's not going to be feasible to just move it or get it out. Some plants have multi-year lives, so just removing it's not going to get it away. Or there's a biological control, so we go from cultural to biological. So this is more of like your insects. Can we put another insect or bug in there that's going to eat those problem insects?
Correct.
So,
it's all just the circle of life ecosystem stuff.
Right. So can we fix that without using pesticides? And pesticides your third option. If there's no cultural, there's no biological control, then maybe chemical control is what we need to start implementing. But always reading the label, making sure we're doing everything right, because we don't want any incident where we have a spill, that spill gets into a creek, that creek gets into a water system that kills different animals. That's not something we're really looking into. Just trying to reemphasize, we're trying to do this as safely as we can.
Well, in what ecosystem do stink bugs and lady beetles go away? Because that's what ecosystem I want to live in.
Good luck. They love it around here, especially we see a lot of challenges into our tomato greenhouses around here with stink bugs. They really get in there and cause some issues.
Do they eat the crops, or do they just...
They cause some damage to the leaves, and they can cause some to the fruit. So
they're just the devil.
They're the worst.
It's awful.
And then you try to kill it, and then it
smells. Stinks. And then the lady beetles are the same way.
Yeah.
So, so that's the problem. You go out, and even if you spray, then you're walking and you're stepping on them. So you just get this whammy of stink regardless of what happens.
One of the biggest ones we're facing with right now, and it's not even as like an agricultural producer, but ticks. Ticks are really getting really bad. We look at the amount of Lyme disease that's coming up, and it's on the rise. We see the alpha-gal that's coming up. And for those who don't know what alpha-gal is, it's where
the devil also.
It's like, don't quote me on this, but it's like a little sugar content in their saliva, and it gets into your blood system.
It's like a protein they have.
Right, and it makes you allergic to any type of red meat. And it's not only just the red meat, it's anything that uses that animal's byproducts. So I believe there's like 30,000 different medications you can't have just if you have alpha-gal.
It is insane. Like, I heard about alpha-gal about 15 years ago for the first time, and I thought it was made up. Someone's telling you this, and you're like, no way.
Yeah.
Right.
No, And then it's become more prevalent, but it is unbelievable at the restaurant how many people come in now and just say, what can you do for me? Because, they want to be out and about, and I get that. Like, you want to go out to dinner with your friends or your family or whatever, so you have to, as having a restaurant, you have to, know what to do.
Oh, yeah. And
It's crazy.
Elijah, I'm sure I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure you've seen it at camp and
Yeah,
stuff, too,
no,
especially.
just about every time I cook for a group, there's at least 3-5 people who have alpha-gal, and we got to
is
go around that.
Wild.
And sometimes it's just tough because I feel bad for like the kids. We're seeing it like on a rise on kids, and
Yes.
camp. Part of camp is just going out there and eating some of the food. Is it? Cover your ears, Eliza. Is it sometimes the best food? No, but it's part of that,
It's
that
like
moment.
Yeah.
Some kids are
fun
bringing
food. Yeah,
and
like-
some of them have to bring in their own food. And it's just such a hassle to see them have to
Yeah.
bring in their own food, store it, and then they have to go in and
Like kids
get
should
it
just be able to
ready.
be kids.
Right.
Yeah, but no, this is it is scary. So please do anything you can to protect yourself from ticks and also your pets.
Right. Yeah. Whenever we talk about those ticks, we always talk about managing the height of your grass. And sometimes it's just not a feasible outcome because you want your grass to be tall and you want your animals to go through it and eat the grass. Other ones is just protecting yourself. So making sure you're wearing appropriate repellents. So anything that has permethrin in it, that's going to be a good one to start putting on. Making sure you're reading the label. And if it says for clothes use only, use it only on your clothes because you don't want to have any type of skin irritation, some rashes occur. So always just protecting yourself. That's the biggest one that I have been anytime I go out to camp to lead any type of hikes in the summer, whether I bring people out in and outside, anytime we go out there, I've got bug spray. I'm like, use it because it's not worth it. I mean, not worth it to me. I mean,
No.
And listen, it's kind of like bug spray is like sunscreen. Nobody wants to put it on your body. Like it's sticky and stinks and gross and whatever, but just do it.
Yep.
It's way better than having to live the rest of your life with alpha gal or something like that.
Yeah.
Or fighting. I mean, there's all kind of different tick things. There's like what is it, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and I mean all kind of stuff. People like die from it.
there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot to be concerned with. And if you don't get treatment for Lyme disease, it affects your nervous system, and that's not
a
a
big
good
deal.
situation. So that's what I've been getting into the habit of. Anytime I go out on farm, I keep bug spray in my truck. So if I'm going out in the pasture, I'm spraying it on because I don't want to take the risk. And we haven't even talked about different livestock issues. We've seen some issues where we have the Asian longhorn tick, and that's a tick that can breed by itself. So I can't remember the actual term, but it doesn't need a partner to mate. So it can just do identical clones, lay the eggs, and it lays thousands at a time. So they've had different types of cases, and we've had some cases here in Jackson County where they get into a pasture field and they get on cattle and they send the cow into anemic shock by how much blood
'Cause there's
it's
so
taking
many
out.
ticks.
Right, there's
Oh,
so
wow.
many ticks.
Oh,
So that's
my.
another one that we're dealing with. So ticks is always a big challenge. It's always something we find ourselves talking about with our livestock section of our pesticide recertification, just
bet.
because one, everybody needs to be aware of it, and two, it's something that's really important. I mean,
And don't think that just because there's snow on the ground and that it's cold that there still aren't ticks and things out there running around, because there are.
yep. If
I
you-
don't believe everyone says, "Oh, when it's cold, they all die out." Pfft, whatever.
Nope.
Those things are like cockroaches. They'll never go away.
They're always there.
Yeah, they're always there.
There's a reason they're called deer ticks, because they're typically out during deer season.
Yep.
So when you come back from deer season, make sure you do a full body check. I don't
Yep.
care who you are. It's
Hey, it's like that song, "Check Each Other for Ticks." It's fun.
Brad Paisley.
Right? I mean, make a date of it.
There you go.
Come on. All right. Well, boys, it's been so fun talking with you today, and we're so glad that you came back to see us.
Well, thank you. It's very nice to be here.
Yeah.
I love your setup. I love your show. So,
Well,
yeah.
thank you, and you better come back and see us soon.
Of course, yeah. Maybe another 3 years or sooner than that.
Maybe before that.
Okay.
And come out to Cantor's Cave. Say, I seen you on Main Street TV. Elijah will give you a free pancake at the
Yeah,
vendor fair.
absolutely.
Yes. And an autograph.
And it,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe you can sell it. Who knows?
Yeah,
Or just
maybe.
keep it. This Saturday at 9 a.m. It's going till 2, so 9 to 2 at Cantor's Cave.
Yep, Christmas at Cantor's Cave this coming Saturday. Vendor fair, free pancake breakfast with Santa for the kids, 9 to noon. And then, of course, the vendor fair as well up until 2. So it's a perfect way for you to start your holiday season and get some shopping done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's beautiful out at Cantor's Cave any time of the year.
That's
well,
right.
thank you.
So, yeah, it is. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we do have news, kind of a pre-recorded session with Jeremiah from yesterday, but he did have some news to report. So I think we have a message, and then we'll be back with news and Jeremiah right after this.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
So we are here with our good friend Jeremiah, and he's got some news of what's been going on in Jackson and Vinton County.
Well, we're going to talk about some stuff going on in Wellston this coming weekend.
Okay.
I will say in our Wednesday edition, I will have a complete wrap-up of all the holiday stuff that you can get into on Saturday, December 6th, Cheryl. One of the things I want to talk about for Saturday is the Wellston Lions Club. They have announced that they will be having their Christmas parade, the annual Christmas parade, with some changes.
Okay.
Don't know if Pete had talked about those or not, but would like to touch with those. And we have a picture of the Santa that is, this is Charlie Patton. He's been portraying Santa for like 40, 50 years or something. And he is the one that always appears at the end of the Wellston Lions Club Christmas parade. This is a file photo, I think, from last year. And they always have that neat Wellston Lions Club Santa float. But real quick, for those that may be interested in the parade, that parade will be, because it's open to anybody. Anybody can come and participate in that. They don't have, I don't think, any charges or fees or anything like that. But it will be on Saturday, December 6th at 1 p.m. And this year the club has changed the parade lineup location.
Okay.
So, and they've also changed the parade route a little bit. So you want to be aware of that. That way you don't be standing where maybe you think it should be, or maybe you're going to participate and you're lined up at the other place because it's different. You know, it used to be they would line up down at the old Wellston High School lot. There, I think it's like 6th Street in Pennsylvania. This year, the Pride lineup will be at the former Pants Factory lot, which is across from the Wellston Depot there on 2nd Street. And anyone who would like to be in the parade can meet at that location before 12:50 p.m. Club members will be there to help with the lineup beginning at 12:30 p.m. And once again, the parade steps off at 1 p.m. And because of the change of the parade lineup location, the parade route will be a little different as well. The parade will go up 2nd Street and left onto Ohio Avenue and run through the downtown area. Then it will make a right turn onto Broadway and continue to the Wellston City Building. So that's where it will conclude like it has years past. And following the parade, Santa Claus will be available there on the porch of the Wellston City Building, and he will be giving out bags of candy and posing for pictures with all the kiddos. There's usually a long line for that because it's always a neat little setup there that they have on the porch of the city building. And They did note that if someone who may have like a handicap accessibility issue, because there are steps, just let a member know so they can accommodate your child. So they are thinking of everybody. And they would like a little bit of a head count. Anyone that is interested on the parade, participating in the parade, you can message the Wellston Lions Club Santa Float Facebook page just so they can have kind of a head count of how many people they expect to show up in that parade. And the Wellston Lions Club, I talked about that float. They will begin making their nightly rounds with Santa Claus in the city of Wellston starting next Monday,
Okay.
December 8th. And you can watch their Facebook page for nightly updates. And I will say, if you're new to the area, it's something, because I remembered, I lived in Wellston for 6 or 7 years, and I moved there in it was 2003 or 2004. I don't live there now, but I remember that first year I lived there, and it was like December, and there was all these like sirens and stuff, and I thought something was like burning down. And it was like, I look outside and it was just Santa Claus coming up the street.
Santa's rolling down the street.
Rolling down the street because he gets a police escort, or somebody maybe from the fire department helps with one of their vehicles or something like that. And but they always got their lights going and the sirens and stuff. And I wasn't expecting to open the front door and look out and just see. I'm just like, And so if you hear a lot of sirens during the month of December, stuff's not burning down. It's just Santa making his nightly rounds.
He knows if you're naughty or nice.
That's right. So anyhow, be sure to watch for that. And I'm sure later in the week we'll go over some of the other activities happening in Jackson. I will say Colton, they have a tree lighting that they do. Jackson got a whole slew of activities. So does Oak Hill and MacArthur. And in Wednesday's front page, I have a story. It's over 2,000 words, breaking down all the details. I've compiled and gathered everything you need to know.
There's a lot going on this weekend.
There's probably, I even told Pete, I said, there's probably some stuff that I overlooked even, but I think I got the core, everything in that story.
Because Jackson's is this weekend.
Yes.
Because we have to go out to the park this week and decorate our
the
tree.
Right.
So
I did see the trees were up when I went by this morning.
We have a plan. So if you're out in the park, make sure you stop by and see our tree.
Very good.
May feature some faces that you recognize.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let me see here. So we, hunters age 17 and younger, this is talking about, yesterday I mentioned about the hunting season for the youth had concluded, and the week-long gun season was beginning as of Monday. But they have, it says hunters ages 17 and younger checked 9,759 white-tailed deer during the Ohio's youth gun hunting season on Saturday and Sunday, which was, that's 2 days. November, that was the 22nd and 23rd. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's not too far from 10,000 deer in a 2 day period.
Wow. That's statewide though, right?
Statewide.
Wow.
Yeah, according to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and Division of Wildlife, it says each fall, youth hunters enjoy a weekend of deer hunting with a firearm before the statewide gun season begins. So that's pretty impressive. Just wanted to share those numbers. I'm sure we've either had this report online or it will be in a future report. A breakdown for Jackson County, for those interested in Benton County, I have numbers here. It says in Jackson County, youth hunters harvested 107 deer during this year's youth weekend, while in Benton County, they harvested 87 deer.
That's impressive.
Between the two counties there.
Little counties compared to some of the ones in the rest of the state.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty impressive.
It says both numbers were down from the 3-year average, which is through 2022 through 2024. And the youth hunters in Jackson County claimed an average of 135 deer in that same period, while the youth hunters in Benton County checked an average of 89 in that same period.
Oh, so not down a whole lot.
It's not down a whole lot.
Just a couple of harvests.
So that's pretty interesting for those that follow along with.
So now open hunting for adults, right? It
Yes.
started.
Let me see here. Yeah, the gun hunters of all ages can participate in the upcoming 7-day gun season, which begins Monday, December 1st, and runs through Sunday, December 7th. This is a bonus week of gun hunting is December 20th through the 21st. Muzzleloader season is January 3rd through the 6th, 2026, and archery season runs Sunday, February 1st, 2026. It doesn't have a date in there, though. I don't know if it's that
Probably
same.
about a week or so.
Yeah,
I would
probably that
guess.
same time period.
Well,
I'll
we
have to-
are. I
I'll have
know
to
that.
double check on that because it just says the archery season runs through. I mean, did it start? Does it start the same period? I wonder. Maybe run through the month. I feel like it runs a little longer
It might.
because of where you're hunting with.
Yeah,
you know,
it might.
Arrows.
I don't know.
Anyhow, it says complete details can be found there online. You can get on there and read about those.
Well, I know that we are coming to the end of our second Pure Rock big hunt competition type
Okay.
of thing. So if you're interested in participating, it's free to participate, and you can go on and you can log your harvest and potentially win some big prizes. I mean, they've got
That's
like
cool.
thousands of dollars in prizes, and it supports charity. On Facebook, it's Pure Rock Outdoors. I'll put a link in the comments too. But yeah, if you're a hunter, it's a great opportunity, and especially if you're a youth hunter, because there's a whole division of youth hunters or youth hunting competition on there. So it's pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I started last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the second year they've
Second
done
year.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them mentioning that over there before. Okay. So I wanted to mention, give some spotlight here to some students at the Big Wilson High School. In early November, some students received public recognition during the Wilson City School District Board of Education meeting. That would have been held on Tuesday evening, November 11th. And students were applauded for athletic abilities as well as music talent. The first person honored was sophomore Briley Leach. We have a picture of her with her coach there. That is Wilson High School cross-country coach Michael Brace, along with honoree Briley Leach. And she was being recognized for being a regional qualifier.
Okay.
And she had, let's see, it was regional qualifier in cross country, and she had earned a spot at the regional meet by placing 68th at the Ohio High School Athletic Association's Division III district meet, which was held back on October 18th at the University of Rio Grande. And it was noted that she was the first Wilson runner to qualify for regionals since Tyler Rudder, who qualified in 2010 and 2011, and the first female qualifier since Taylor Mullins. She qualified and it was 2007, 2008. So it's been a while
Good job.
since they had a female qualify for regionals. And it said that she was only the third female for Wilson City Schools to reach regionals in school history. So that's pretty cool. And that regional competition was held on October 25th at Pickerton North High School. And she had placed, it was 208th. And with a time of 24 minutes, 35 seconds maybe,
Yes.
if I'm reading that correctly.
Probably.
Okay. And then the other group that was honored, we had a group of kids. It was the Wilson High School Golden Rockets Marching Band. And here, this isn't the entire band.
No.
They did it a little different this year instead of inviting the entire band because, there are, I'm trying to think here, 64 members in the band this year. They invited the field commanders along with those that had soloist parts.
Okay.
So you have Wellston High School band director. That's Katie. I always want to say King. That's her maiden name now, but it's Katie Hell. And you can see her picture to the far left, along with her students and those that were honored. We'll do the front row first. So honorary field commander. That's Mia Skis there in the red. And then you have soloist Elizabeth Greer, as always, I'm always butchering these names, so I apologize to these children as I always do, because I may not know everybody, like I think it's Jocelyn Maynard, and then Emily Spangler and Lily Comer. And then in the back row from the left, you have they had 2 field commanders. So the second field commander in the back there, that is Isaac May, and then soloist John McGowan, Cameron Predragovich, I think is how you say it.
Okay.
I think that is correct. And then Aaron Prophet, and then Kerman Taylor. And then the band was honored for getting a superior rating at the Ohio Music Education Association's State Marching Band Finals, which were held back on October 25th. The band had performed their show entitled Pure Imagination on the field at Hilliard Braden High School in Hilliard, Ohio. And they secured that superior rating, which is the highest rating possible that you can secure during that state competition. And I believe this was maybe the third time in school history that the band had secured a superior rating. The other 2 times that they secured that were actually under the direction of Josh Willett when he was the band director there.
Our very own Josh.
Yeah, our very own Josh. So congratulations to all of them, but they took time to recognize those students.
Yeah, they had a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
They really did.
So how we doing on time? You're good. Doing good? Okay. I can always touch on, I think I can touch on this other stuff when we come back on Wednesday.
Okay.
Because the other stuff's, we can get to those then.
Okay,
So-
well, remember, if there's ice, if there's water, if there's snow, please slow down and be careful driving. Don't be in a hurry.
Yeah, take it slow. I know crews
Yeah.
get out and try their best to get the roads clear.
Yeah, it's better to be a couple minutes late than to get in an accident and now you're hours late. So
Right.
seriously, just slow down, watch out for everybody, and be safe out there. So.
Right.
So thanks for joining us. Have a great Tuesday, and we will see you right back here tomorrow on Main Street TV.